No, how's the defensive line doing so far?
Well, doing pretty good. I didn't think we responded very good yesterday, but overall we're doing good. Guys have been flying around, been trying to get better at some technique things and playing with a little more effort, which we have to do. But overall, I've been pleased with where we are so far.
You got a veteran group. You do it a little bit different practice because so many of them know what to do.
Yeah, I think you approach it a little bit differently. You're trying to refine some things as opposed to probably teaching. Guys know it. Did a great job over the summer. The old guys taught the young guys, the freshmen, what to do. So we've been a little bit ahead in terms of knowing what to do with those young guys, which helps us to. That doesn't do anything but help accelerate our teaching and knowing what to do and how to do it. So I've been pleased with that so far. And like I said, got a veteran group. And those guys kind of know what's going on and teaching. They're doing a better job of coaching each other. And that's the thing we talked about in the offseason.
You mentioned in spring how Caleb and PJ, they were not able to go full speed. They were there helping teach the sideline. Now you've got them back full help and going. And can you see them, even though they're veterans, regarding this camp a little differently?
Yeah, it's been pros and cons of that. They're a little bit rusty because the last time they played, which PJ reminded me, he said, Coach, last time I played was the Rice game. I said, well, yeah, you're right. So he's a little rusty, but, like I said, he still knows what to do. Now we just got to get his pads down, get his hands up. He's doing better. And his last two practices, PJ in particular, have been really good.
When you say that they didn't bounce back the way you maybe wanted, what are you talking about, and what do you want to see from them?
Well, not so much bounce back; they were just rusty, And I didn't realize. I didn't think a whole lot about it. To PJ said, Coach, last time I played was Rice, and I said, well, spring. And I said, oh, that's right, you were out in spring. So, you get going, you're coaching, and I said, man, that's right. He missed 15 practices of spring, which. Sometimes it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it really is when you start talking about the number of practices and the number of reps. So they got to catch up a little bit, but like I said, they know what to do now. It's just refining some technique things.
I know you always have a lot of priorities with your D-line and fall camp list of what you want to get done, but I know you probably one of those things is finding that fourth defensive end in that rotation. How big of a priority is that for you in fall?
Well, it's real big. We're looking right now with Nelson Adams knows what to do. Chris Jones we got as an option. But right now we're trying to kind of mix and match and figure out who's going to fit where and what's best for us as a unit. But those are two options right now. Preston Smith's had a really, really good camp so far. Ryan Brown's had a really, really good camp. A.J. Jefferson. If I can get a fourth guy that I feel real good about, it only helps us as a unit.
You mentioned late last year that Curtis Burgess, it started to click with him in the last couple of weeks of spring. Have you seen that carry over with Curtis in fall camp?
Yeah, I saw it earlier. We got to get him going again, but he's made talk to me a little bit on the side and said, Coach, he talked about some of his goals and what he wanted to do, and I see him working harder, trying to do a little bit better, and that's good. I mean, that's only going to help our group, make our group strong.
You say Smith and Brown and Jefferson had good camps. Why do you say that? What have they done to impress you?
Well, probably the biggest thing is just going hard. The thing I talked to him, we got to get better technique-wise, and we got to get better playing with effort, and that's what's standing out right now. Pete Preston's a senior. It's probably a little bit more sense of urgency for him right now. Ryan Brown's a guy, and I've said it to you guys 100 times, you kind of take for granted. I mean, he just shows up, works hard every day, never says a word, just keeps getting better. And A.J. Jefferson's doing the same. I think he's a whole lot more comfortable now. I think he knows what to do. It's a whole lot easier to move fast when you know what to do versus I'm thinking about what I'm doing, and I can't play real fast. So he knows what to do. He's playing faster, and that's been the real big surprise for me.
Chris was bragging about his roommate the other day, Nick, and what have you seen from Nick so far this camp?
Well, he's trying. He's trying. He's still got a long ways to go. He's better than he was, but he's got a lot of work to do, and he's still a work in progress.
How are some of those newcomers coming along, like Will and Braxton and Corey?
Pleased with those guys. I think they got a chance to develop to be really good players. Really do. Will's done some good things. He's practicing like he's a junior college guy. He's been there. He comes out of a good program in Tyler, a real good program. I think he's starting to feel more comfortable with the group. Those young guys have had flashes. Each one of them's had flashes. Braxton Hoyet's done some good things. Big Corey Thomas has done some good things. He moves well. He's quick. He's probably quicker than he looks. Real pleased with that. And Grant Harris. I'm real pleased with those young guys so far.
Are you at the point where you really don't need the young guys to play? You possibly could redshirt all of them this year?
Well, yeah, in a perfect world, you'd like to do that. You know, you got some depth, and you hate to have to depend on freshmen. It's good and bad. This day and age, freshmen come in a whole lot more prepared to play through. They've been training and diet and all that other stuff and coming out of good programs. So those guys are normally more ready to play, but hopefully we won't have to play any of those young guys.
What do you see that maybe Nick has to do? There's a lot of depth in that defensive tackle to get into that playing rotation.
Well, number one, he's got to know what to do, and number two, he's got to play a whole lot harder.
You
Is
talking
that
spring too?
frustrating that it just seems like you still are saying he's got to play a little bit harder? Is that frustrating for you as a coach? We're talking about
Yeah, it
James.
is. Yeah, it is. It's very frustrating, and like I said, he's done better, but he's still a work in progress.
Have you ever been through something like that where the guy's got tremendous talent, but he's just hadn't?
Hey, you know, guys, I mean, I can't say it in another different way. He's still got a long ways to go.